Okay. Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Super Bunny Hop Super Poverty Fight Streams, where I am hoping to play a cute, enjoyable little game about a penguin going on an adventure, very creatively titled Penguin Adventure. Now, I feel like the only reason I and most people nowadays might be playing this game is because it is frequently said to be Hideo Kojima's quote unquote first game. However, there's complications. Yeah. There's some trivia that has already popped up in the Twitch chat about just how deeply Kojima may have been involved here. Um, so he was in the planning. Says that he worked on it for about a month, but I mean, back in those days, that could still represent a significant portion of the amount of total human hours worth of labor that went into these things. Um, and I'm also wondering, unironically, in full earnest expectation, if it's going to have narrative design features that seem ahead of its time. I mean, one thing we're already looking at here is a sense of depth. That's interesting, right? It's like whole position sort of thing. Um, we're gonna be reading the manual too before we go through here because back in in this time in those days you needed to. But look at this! Look at this title screen! What a kick-ass title screen! I love that title screen. It's a good. Looks like a good one. Um, so in any case, we're gonna start by flipping through the manual because that's how you began. That's how you began games back in these days. Okay, so Penguin Adventure User's Manual. For Francois Pages 8 to 14. What the hell is Le Page? I think there was also a comic that the series tied into. Oh boy. Right, this is a sequel actually. There's a Penguin Adventure series. There's a Penguin Adventure intellectual property. There's a Penguin Adventure cinematic universe. Um so Hideo Kojima's first game is technically the second game in a series of penguins going on adventures. In any case, we're going back to the past where they really have to spell things out for you in the manual here. This game is designed for a single player competing against the computer. Okay, sounds good to me. The action can be controlled either with a joystick or from the keyboard. All right. Yeah, because the MSX is a computer. It's a computer that had fun game cartridges. Um, Antarctic Adventures, right? Penguin Adventure is the sequel to Antarctic Adventures because I guess Antarctic Adventures would be in front of it on your shelf collection at home. I'm gonna be cracking myself up tonight. There's an Evangelion mod of this game on the EVA magazine app. What? Oh yeah, and also very deep game question mark. When I skimmed the Wikipedia, I did see some quotes from critics saying that they were genuinely impressed by the depth and complexity of the gameplay going on here. So, anyways, we're gonna begin by learning about how we can press the shot button on the joystick or use the keyboard of your computer. Okay, I believe they're gonna clarify in a minute that we're gonna be pressing space. Select the difficulty level, either 1 or 2. Then press the shot button on the joystick or the space bar on your computer. On your keyboard. You start the game with 3 penguin heroes. You get another penguin for every 50,000 points you score. Okay, so I guess that's like lives? Penguin heroes or lives? I gotta remember that. It's very important that I get the terminology right. If I say lives, please correct me. We're really using penguin heroes to try again if we fail and die. The penguin must get as many fish as he can. The bartering scene. The penguin must get as many fish as he can. The bartering scenes enable you to. Oh wait, I skipped a point. A penguin is knocked out of the game if he hits an obstacle, an enemy creature, or is struck by enemy fire. The penguin must get as many fish as he can. The bartering scenes enable you to trade the fish for valuable objects or gamble them on the slot machine to obtain more. There are 24 stages to this game. Every 3 stages, the enemy Parasaurus appears. Oh, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. Every 3 stages, the enemy Parasaurus appear. Wow. Is that a spoiler? Should we not be reading the manual before going into this thing, actually? Okay, so every 3 stages, a giant dinosaur is going to appear. We're going to collect fish and spend them all at the store or gambling. Every 50,000 points, we get a new life. Oopsie whoopsie, I mean Penguin Hero. To stop the action momentarily, press the F1 key to freeze the screen. Pressing the F1 key will restart the game. Be sure to turn off the main power when loading or unloading the cartridge. Okay, so in that demo screen we were seeing, we got a time limit. That'll keep things spicy. Distance remaining to goal, which I guess is a different concept. Number of fish you have. Okay, so do we get an extra Penguin Hero every 50,000 fish? That's a lot of fish. I see a little fish icon next to that score. Now we have a speed indicator on number 4. Also, this is like drawn. Someone had to draw this with a pen and a paper. This is like a human touch. You just don't get these days. So treasure is a hat with the spinny cap. All right. Shoes, torch, enemy creature. Okay, so the bats are enemies. Good to know. Enemy projectiles. Bats are gonna throw their balls at us. I'll steer clear of the bat balls. Thank you. Obstacle rocks. We're gonna be steering clear of rocks and bat balls. Rock crags, excuse me. Because you see, you gotta clarify. Go to number. The Penguin Hero. I appreciate also that they don't capitalize the game logic terminology here. That just helps it helps convey a sense of humility to the experience. Not quite so up its own ass. I think that that video game that the entire species of human animals evolved to play video games and become the Homo ludens. Crack in the earth. Number 12 is a crack in the earth. So we're going to be avoiding bats and bat balls and cracks in the earth and rocky crags. Is that everything? Intermediate screen. Oh my god, the intermediate screen is just as complicated as the how to play screen. So our penguin in that screenshot has 0 fish. Poor guy. Oh, to be fishless. Level 1, stage 2. Levels and stages are different. Lives, excuse me, they're heroes. Oh, I should call Konami and give them a correction. I score 10,000. Not enough for another penguin hero. Sorry, dude. You gotta try harder. Number 5 is 4. Number 6 is Penguin Kingdom. Okay. Map of route. Red line. Path you have. Path you have covered. Oh, I thought it was just gonna cut off at path you have. The lives are diegetic, right? Are we gonna have to, like, call a cute penguin engineer sidekick who's gonna tell us ancient penguin civilization quotes to record our penguin data? Point yellow. Progress to the next stage here. Number 9. Okay, so I guess it's red is the path, yellow are the levels. Level 1 stages. I mean level. I mean stage. I mean stage. Not levels. Excuse me. My bad. I need to repent for my sins. But watch out. Enemy Pyrisauruses. Pyrisaur. Pyrisauruses. Enemy Pyrisauruses are lurking around. Progress to here, but watch out. Enemy Pyrisauruses are lurking around. You don't even need voice acting. I got this covered. The golden apple tree. I just now noticed. Now that the terminology is getting a little bit fancier, there is no capitals. The golden apple tree is all in lowercase. Okay, so controls are arrow keys, space, and M. Increase speed, decrease speed. Move right, move left. Normally jump function, but it's also used to float when you're riding on the magic cloud or in an ocean. Spoilers. Number 6. Use this to fire a gun if you have got one through bartering. What? All right. Number 7 is the game going to be referring to it as button A? Button B, fire a gun if you have got one through bartering. Oh my god. Wow. Points for time remaining. 20 each fish times 10 points. 200 points each. Okay, so we're really going to be making most of our money from doing more danger. Bagging. They don't say killing. They don't even say defeating. They say bagging a Pyrosaurus. 1,000 points. Power boost hearts. 1,000. Moko rocks. 300. Okay. Pink hearts. Green hearts. Oh my gosh, look at this penguin universe. We're going to be bartering with like a Yeti man. The old trader. Okay. Treasure object. Slot machine. Slot. I love it, like we're gonna, at some point there's gonna be a gun there. Okay. Yeah, I think we're Chooser, come jump on each spike 3 times, allowing the creature to fall in the hole. Alternatively, nice. This manual did not screw around. It got things pretty straight and easy to the point. We're just gonna keep things on the control section for now. That ought to keep us informed. That ought to keep us informed and ready. And I just turned the sound on, so get ready for some bleeps and some bloops that might sound awful. Bleeps and bloops, space. Yeah, there we go. Is the sound supposed to be like that? Okay, hold on a minute here. Something doesn't seem quite right. Let's do a real-time comparison. Penguin Adventure MSX long play by World of Long Plays. This ought to be nice and unadulterated on original hardware. Faster. Okay. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to sound like. Let's see if we get there from here. We might need to screw around with the CPU cycles of the emulator. Media port fast / slow speed. Okay, F12 or shift plus F12. Adjust speed. Shift, Alt. Okay, so shift and alt in the air. Do it till the music sounds right. Oh, wait, no, that's not. Yeah, there we go. Shift, alt, arrows. I think we need to take a look at that keyboard shortcut again. Oh no, it's still going in the background. Shift and alt and arrows. Okay. Seems about right. Let's speed our penguin up and avoid the obstacle. Oh, that was a fish! That wasn't a bad guy, that was a good guy, that was a fish. I'm sorry, the gray skeletal monster looking thing jumping right at my face, my immediate fight or flight gamer instincts didn't want to leap for it. Oh gosh, these things are coming at you pretty fast. Also, is someone down there throwing them at us? I hope I'm not screwing up the intended speed of the music too much, because it is pretty catchy and might worm its way into my mind this way. Nothing's happening. Should we speed up? Alright, I'm gonna... Oh, slow. Oh, okay, maybe if I play around with my speed, I'll be able to catch these boys easier. There we go. We got 4? We need 50,000 of these to get another penguin hero? Oh, geez. I'm not covering the distance fast enough. We got 40 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It seems a little bit faster than a second. However, not too far off for me to complain to the government or whatever. What happens? I can't, there's no way I can cover that distance fast enough. Well, I guess now I know. Be ambitious. Okay, now I know about the time limit. There was a nice feeling of back and forth friction to that segment. Distance is way smaller this time. Oh my goodness. What is this? Huh? Oh, that was the finish line. Wait, why was it so much easier the second time? Crown being orange is weird. The MSX was not built for this style of game. Oh, it's spooky now. It's a little loud to lower things down to... Okay, much better. Someone's gonna toss me a fish! Nom, nom, nom. Alright, I'm only 39,073 fish away. Oops. 3 fish away. I have 530 distances to cover in 140 seconds. How is this possible? Oh, I think the majority of fish I'm gonna get is not actually from catching them in the air at weird angles. I think they're from, that time bonus or combat bonus for the scoring system. 390, how? Go as fast as we can. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, I thought I would get the, cloud. Ah! Oops. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No. 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 I was only 24 distances away. It's the speed. The speed is the bit. Oh, look at that. You restart from like a checkpoint. Okay, so hang on a minute here. When do we when do we get a 1-up at a more like reasonable rate? 50,000. We get stage 3 lives here. I'm out of lives already, and I'm not even to the golden apple tree. Boy, these 80s games were unforgiving. See, if I go slow enough to reasonably catch the fish, there's no way I'm gonna cover all that distance in time. So we're gonna ignore the fish, actually. If we happen to catch fish... Oh no! That's a, an accident, not the intention. Oops. Oh no, those must be, bat balls. So what did that do? Whoa! Whoa! Oh. 9,000. Alright, now how can I see that in game so I can, like, calculate, plan this session out? What a screen. Level 1, I guess. Oh, that means difficulty level, okay. Memorization-based learning curve. At least it's not a monetization-based learning curve. And we are ignoring those fish. Those are a trap. Slowing down and trying to catch those is not the way to go here. I think the heart lowers my distance. It seems like the distance number is ticking down faster. But it's hard to keep your eyes on those numbers and close enough on the screen to make sure you're timing your jumps up. Woo! Ooh! Oh! Yeah! Oh! Okay! At least this time I know what I'm doing a little bit better. Whoa! Okay. Okay, so spacebar is going to be giving me the elevation when I get that golden, not that golden, that floating cloud. So what's the story? I'm assuming there's some kind of penguin damsel in distress that the penguin hero is trying to save, because in the cinematic artsy fartsy groundbreaking experimental cutscenes, we see the penguin hero, the psychologically complicated character who has feelings and internal dialogues to himself when you're idling in the action. He thinks about this other character. There's multiple characters. There's apparently a damsel penguin. I'm wondering if it's like March of the Penguins though, where we're just like trying our hardest to rush to the penguin orgy, and that's why he's thinking of girl penguins. No, come on. The materials did at least specify that this was a boy penguin though. Oh, we're gonna make it, thank goodness. So the trick was to ignore the fish. Oh wow, that time we made it with 60 seconds to spare. Man, if you ignore the fish, boy oh boy do you save time. Right, also it's a sequel, so we're in the middle of things. Look at that, he's thinking about her. How do you know the damsel penguin is a girl? Because she had a bow and she was like hot pink colored. I think she was red, which is a little different, but close enough, and hot pink is almost red. Whoop, 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 whoop. So I get 2 attempts trying this one this time. Oh. Okay, so spacebar I think gets you out of those faster by the looks of things. The distance, it seems like it's ticking down faster. Oh, oh, jeez. Revolver. You think it was a girl penguin, but in fact that's the twist. It's actually liquid. Oh geez, oh geez, oh geez. Spacebar keeps me up. I only feel comfortable catching the fish while riding this thing. See, look at that. I can get so many more fish so much more easily this way. Oh, it's, I'm losing speed though, huh? Come on, come on. Yep. Ah! Ah! Come on, come on, come on. I don't think we've... Oh, we have technically died once, though. At least we caught 16 fish. There's no way those fish are only worth 1 point. I need to relook at the scoring system. And what my score even is, because we want to... Huh? Oh. Oh! Oh, it's the Pyrosaurus. It shoots fire. How original. So we're supposed to jump on top of these things. Ah. Oh, oh, oh. Nah. I can't wait to get a gun so I can just shoot it in the face. Okay, each fish is 10 points. It's right there. Crags. Oh, come up. Two lives. Okay, I guess this is how it's gonna be here, huh? Wow. Those 80 games sure were tough, huh? Okay, let's do it. We got this. Like in the good old days. This is our entertainment for the next 45 minutes. This is a marvel of technological engineering. They put a man on the moon with computers, and then they made Penguin Adventure for home use for your average everyday Joe. What sort of Imagine being in the 80s showing dad your cool computer games. And dad's like, wow, son, imagine what they'll be doing with computers in 40 years. And you have to time travel that guy to watch, like, Skibidi Toilet. Like, imagine. This is not what people were envisioning the future would be like back then. We're playing Penguin Adventure for research. Those look like hands. From a distance, it looks like two creepy blue hands rising up from the ground to give you the grabbies. I think you gotta know when the fish are coming in and take it slow then. Okay. We thought the free flow of information would mean utopia. We got confirmation maybe GW and MGS2 was right. Whoop! 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 Do I have to jump for the fish? I don't want to jump for the fish. Whoop! If I jump for the fish, I lose a bit of control over my turning, and I need to turn out of the way of things more than I need to be jumping for fish. Ah! So, whoa, I also wanted to know if behind the scenes this technically was Kojima's first ever firsty worsty Never made an electronic computer video game ever, not even as a prototype sort of experience. Because, and by experience I mean experiments, because people's first games are almost always bad and rough and not like their later ones. I need to speed it up and I need to actually concentrate on jumping. If I talk too much, it might mess my jumps up really bad. Now I gotta make it to the end and we can slow down and Jesus. Okay, so keeping... there's gotta be some way to keep the time numbers and the distance numbers in my eyeballs at the same time as the obstacles, right? Maybe I just need to scooch back really far. Should my eyeballs be farther away from the screen? Should the screen be smaller? Okay, what's this supposed to be? Antarctic cave? Why is it red? I feel like we're traveling down a colon. I think, our penguin is lonely, and he's, trying to rush as fast as he can to the Arctic penguin, mating extravaganza. And this is a sequel to Arctic Adventures, which apparently is not a Konami, a Konami game, not a Kojima game. Also, what sort of hallmarks of Kojima's game design are we seeing here? We do have an unexpected amount of depth, I guess, question mark. Oh, it's the depth of like, oh my gosh. Knowing that maybe you actually don't cover as much distance in the air when you're turning. And eventually at some point the track's gonna take a turn to the right soon, right? It's got an interesting sense of pacing to it. Your penguin moves slow, but the obstacles come fast, and so there's this a lot of tension. There's a lot of tension between the Z-axis movement and X-axis movement that is pretty interesting to feel in your fingers. This is... oh, come on. Japanese precision of movement, and I am very incentivized to move with precision. And the controls are responsive for how low the frame rate is. I'm surprised by how much tactile feel I'm getting out of the keyboard here. Usually these old 80s PC games using internal speakers and keyboard controls don't have quite such a nice rubberiness. Yeah, like when you're not mashing the keyboard buttons, your penguin moves left and right very slow. And when you do hold the keyboard buttons down, your penguin just nudges against the flow. And so what you do is you tap the buttons a little bit and your penguin to throttle your penguin's movement. So you get this feeling of it getting pulled by like a rope or something. Yeah, no, I think that's the thing here. The controls are deceptively over-designed. It is a maximalist control scheme for how few buttons we're using on the keyboard here. And it's because of this feeling of texture to the movement that gives me different results depending on how fast the penguin is going. Okay, now we gotta stomp on the thingamajigs. How do I get out of the way of that thing? I gotta get out of the way of the thing. How do I get out of the way of that? Game over. Okay, let's check the manual again. How do we do that boss battle? Battling Purosauruses. These creatures are accompanied by 4 huge spikes falling from the sky. Jump on each spike 3 times and they will link up, allowing the creature to fall into the hole. Alternatively, if you have purchased a gun, shoot the Purosaurus full in the face. No cheating allowed. You cannot trade for something that is worth more fish than you have. Okay, what am I missing here? It might just be a trial by fire. Game said never mind. Save states, that's what I'm missing. Difficulty curve, which can't be said of all games. Be pretty tough. George said. I guess the first stage is deceptively easy. No, I got it. I got this. I got this. Look at me catching those fish and jumping over those boys. Woo. Yeah. This is more Death Stranding than MGS. When do I get enough points to get another Penguin Hero? It seems like that's my greatest defense against failure here. Lives to... How do I... What's my point? So the music is pretty darn good. This feels like those Japanese chiptunes composers in the 80s trying to do like classical orchestra music and on the chips. Now what did this actually do? Because like I don't know if invincibility is really a concept in this game. I also don't feel comfortable experimenting because it's so difficult and so punishing. Yeah, I still got trapped in a hole. Okay, I got it. I'm seeing the numbers now and realizing that I can actually afford to slow down for once. That's nice. Hello! Okay, now let's speed up so I can get points. Invincibility... Okay, so it might be for enemies? But the heart, what does the heart do? Bonus points from power boost hearts. 1,000 points. Power boosts. There we go. Why did it take me so long to see this? Demolishes objects. Magic cloud. Increase time 5. Oh yeah. Okay. Green hearts increases time by 5. So I guess that math is getting plugged into some kind of formula to make the distance meter go down faster. Pink hearts sound like the least useful followed. Beer! He's thinking of beer this time! Yes, I suppose one thematic oopsie whoopsie motif that we can spot as a frequent feature of the Metal Gear franchise is the snow. There's definitely snow. Kojima sure does love snow, right, guys? Or something. That one was worth only 1,000 points. That was not very useful. I still gotta jump for a heart every now and then, though, wouldn't you? Gotta go faster. Penguin is really fast, by the way. Do we need to talk about that? Yes. Nom nom nom. How are we doing on time? Not very good, actually. Gonna make it? No. Come on, come on. Oh man, does the boss fight battle count against the clock? I might make it if we do fine. Yeah. Okay, time 14. I did it. Eh? Oh. Hasten slowly. Oh, I guess gotta stomp the same point. Or something. Oh, I think he's faster. Like a juking maneuver. Ah! Yeah. It's baiting out a side shot, then get it juking. It's a juking maneuver. All right. Should we save state? Open settings. Oh geez. Oh god. Yeah. Save state. Control Alt 1. Control Alt 1. Say state 1 saved. All right. Oh yeah, we did it. Are we speeding up or not? Oh, we're in the water this time, and fish are leaping out right in our mouth. Oh, how wonderful. Nom nom. I'll eat 3, thank you. I wonder how you load state. I didn't look at the menu fast enough to see that. Oh god, I gotta jump. Slugs, now we're turning right. Hey, wow, Louisawi. I can't believe it. This is totally the same exact river from Metal Gear Solid 3 that you see when you die in the water and go down the river Styx. It's totally the same. That's right. It's the same river. I don't know. I mean, I guess there aren't that many times in Kojima's career where he's made a video game scene involving the hero traveling down a narrow river in a thick wooded area lined by trees, and that you need to avoid obstacles sliding down the river towards the camera. Those are the ghosts of all the fish you feed. Oh yeah, the bartering minigame. At some point we get a gun. Wait, no, is that another theme we're seeing? Is it like there's this sort of dark irony associated with gunplay in the video game? Oh, we should speed up. This is interesting. There are so many different modes of controlling the penguin that we're now uncovering. I wonder what those things do. They're not like hurting me. Woo! Are those bad guys? I don't know, it's hard to tell. I mean, it's a Kojima game, it's not a Miyamoto game. It's hard to tell if those are bad guys, they're angry. I can see their little faces now. Oopsie whoopsie. Okay, now do we really have to start from the beginning? Or is the, My god. Oh my god. Ah! It kind of looks like some have been filled. No, none have been filled. Load the save state, yeah. Let's see if we can preserve our lives, though. I don't give a shit about score. Yes, I should. Every 50,000 point, we get another life. Yeah, let's see if we can have a better run. Oh, let's see if we can have a better run. Also, I want to hit the heart when it's blue. That seems like that's the best. Yellow or blue? What does green heart do again? Increases something by 5? Time by 5. Oh. I just don't want to hit the heart when it's pink. All the other effects are good. Oh, it was pink. Maybe I should specialize on score, actually, for this run. If I hit it while it was pink, I might as well exploit it. Nom 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 nom, give me the fish, I want to eat the fish. Owie, wowie, I need to go faster. Actually, I'm fine. Now that I know how to play this game, it's actually gotten a lot easier. Yes, there is a satisfying difficulty curve. I can notice how much easier it is becoming now that I've passed that difficulty curve and know what I'm doing. Let's actually slow down. Is there any opportunity to catch any more fish? No, let's speed up and get the time bonus. Alright, no lives. Colonel, we made it to the edge of the woods with no lives lost. Oh man, that's a lot of adventuring this penguin's gonna have to go on. I'm trying to get both fish at the same time, but I don't seem to be able to be fast enough. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm starting to worry about that clock. Come on, I don't want to be worrying about that clock. Oh, thank you. Twisted up. What did I do? What did I do to get that twisted operator? Alright, that boss is a real filter, now that I know what's going on. If you get caught in the edges, it seems a lot harder to stay alive, so let's save those edges for last. Maybe I should have slowed down while soaring through the air. Oh, are you supposed to have air control in this game? Ah, didn't work that time. Also, I need to speed up because we're going to keep using this time during the boss fight. Can I double tap for more horizontal speed? No, I think you can just only slow down for more horizontal speed. Also, we're having a bad time. Lives 1. So, if this is all just a prophetic metaphor prediction for Metal Gear games that would be coming later. What are the politics? What are the real life politics that the penguin is having to learn to go on his adventure here? This run is gonna be bad. We might as well start over. Like, now that we know what's ahead, isn't there like F1? Wait, you hear that, right? That's the same pause menu noise. Oh, my score. What? 4,300. Oh. To stop the action, press the F1 key. What? And freeze the screen. Pressing the F1 key again will restart the game. Okay. Oh boy. Pressing the F1 key will restart the game. That's what they mean by restart, because you paused it, so when you press F1 again, it starts it again, thus restarting. But what I want to do is Shift plus F11. I also wonder if I might have screwed things up by setting the CPU speed to 110%. The 80s were so pastel. Look at this, like, Vice City-ass color scheme. Which I believe might have had something to do with Commodore 64 games, which I think really means that we're somehow related in terms of the technology of the times. Guess there was something about displays or computer graphics of the times that lends itself to this pastel palette. Alright, now what's he's thinking of Konami? Come on! My immersion is broken. It took me out of the game. Alright, actually, since we had such a good run, let's press Control-Alt-1, boop, and then, Shift-Alt-Down. Oh, that's display size. Oh, I pressed Control Alt, not Shift Alt down. Okay, now we're gonna slow things down to 100%. Next frame. Oh, colors palettes is an option. How do we load state? Oh, it's right there. Control Alt is save state. Alt button is load state. Alt 1, state 1 loaded. Okay, it should be slightly slower. Doesn't sound like it, though. This does seem weirdly slow. But I think it is making me better at the game. Yeah, this feels more than 10% slower. Some big changes are afoot with that difference between 100 and 110%. It's running like 50 to 75. In the corner of the screen, it says 100%. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm gonna wait for it to turn a different color before I grab it out at the edge of the screen. I gotta jump anyway. Can I avoid this? Yes. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's not 100, can't be. Oh yeah, well just look, watch. Look in the upper right of the screen. Shift, Alt, up. Now it's at 110% and it's perfectly fine, and this sounds like the way it is supposed to go. This sounds like normal human music. Whatever was just happening sounded like Yeti music, not human music. Human music would be a little bit faster than that. I don't have enough time to cover all the distance that I need to be covering. Boom, 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 da 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 da. What? Ah! We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it to the end of our penguin adventure. We better, Alt 1. State 1 loaded. Okay. Is it supposed to be this fast? Is a good question. I should probably ask the fans who know more than me. Is it supposed to be this fast? Hey, if you know more than me, I gotta ask that question to you. Tension music. Right, it's so much more tense because now I know that I need to, like, do a perfect run. Instead of, this is like an 80s game design thing, right? Come on, no, I wanted the green. You know what purple got me the cloud? Did they misprint something in the manual? Because that happened a lot back in those days. I think I hit it when it was pastel 80s purple, and they gave me the cloud. 100% is to be slower because Kojima is such a cinephile. Wah! And films are famously recorded at 24 frames per second, which is fewer than standard videos. I think this is technically running at 60 frames per second, though you wouldn't notice because of the way the Z-axis is rendered. It has to take a step of a line on the screen, but when things are moving horizontally, it's very smooth. When things are moving vertically and not changing size, they're smooth. Come on to the end. Okay, I still have 2 lives, right? Control Alt number key saves my state, right? Control Alt number key. Control stage 3 lives 2. Nice math to it. Is it PAL by chance? I don't think so. Actually, no. I think it supposed to be because of MSX was in the Euro market. It was so it might be PAL, yeah. I don't think there was a North American release at all. Unless that means something different in this context. Like, are we talking about a card key that uses the salts in your body's salt systems to interface with the electric fields of door locks? EU and Brazil. It would have been EU. Was the MSX popular in Brazil? This one's not going to change colors. The ones that change colors make noise. So that's how I can know ahead of time not to jump. For the ones that don't change colors when I don't need them to, oh man, I gotta go way faster and jump over those things while understanding that the penguin's gonna move left if I don't press anything. I gotta tap the right. You use those, left to right buttons as like a throttle. You really gotta tap them. Tippy taps. Whoa! Hey! Did you see that? I'm learning how to play games. Oh, I tried to do it again and it didn't work. Ah, come on. I wish there was a way to go faster on the sides of the screen. Then maybe the game would be too easy. Let's hurry up and get to the boss with enough time to spare to live a life to see another day. Without wasting the lives of all our penguin heroes. Does that mean our penguin has like a society with different jobs that different specializations of penguins? Control Alt and 1. I got the save in before the boss, and that feels like an accomplishment in and of itself. Control Alt. I think it was Alt. Yeah, state 1 loaded. Okay, let's do. We're gonna abuse the shit out of the save system. I hope I don't press the wrong thing. But the secret is to not go to the edges too fast. And you bait it. Ah! This is awful. Look at... The deaths don't even mean anything anymore. Hasten slowly. Oh, oh, he thought he would juke me that time. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's unfair. I feel like my hitbox is deceptively big or something. Yeah, like, what do you do when he's accurate? Like, sometimes he just fires a way more accurate shot than the others. How do you dodge that? How? Be careful. How? No! Okay, my initial reaction sense is wrong. I need to wait like a frame or two. Do I? Jesus. Louises. Oh yeah, see, now I'm fine. Thanks for that one, buddy. Okay, I guess the ones at the edge are just more, they are inherently more risky than the ones at the center. So you need to do the ones at the center and dash to the ones at the edge and dash back. You don't need to spend time at those edges. As soon as you hit one on the edge, you need to scoot back to the center. I got this now, it makes sense. Oops, I went to the edge too fast. Going to the edge too fast, that's the losing strategy. Do your best. They're mocking me. It's just like my initial reaction to go to the side as soon as possible because, you know, put distance between yourself and the scary fire-breathing Urosaurus. So you can't hang out at that edge for more time than is really worth one jump. Oh, look at this. I got him. I got him in an infinite loop. We're good. Oh, and I got him with 7 seconds to spare. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. It kind of looks like... Oh, it's a fan. It kind of looked like he picked off one of his eyes and started dancing around with it, but no, that was a fan. All right, now Control Alt 1, State 1 saved. I don't think we get any extra airtime from tapping spacebar. Look at this, like, okay. Is it actually narrative design if after the big scary boss battle you have a nice soothing river where the fish jump in your mouth automatically almost? This is a lot less threatening than where we were just a minute ago. I've got an alarming amount of distance to cover in an alarmingly small amount of time. Nope. Oh. Okay, so those logs are no laughing matter. They will kick me straight out of the game. I need to get into this slightly different headspace because in the previous stages you could hit an obstacle and it would just slow you down, but here that would be too easy. Yeah, the obstacles kill me now. Death log. Oh, you have to jump a little earlier too, I feel like. $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Ah, 44,000 points away from a 1-up. That's insane. Price in this economy. Rediddledonkulous. Is there a way to catch both of them? I seem to be making more money by lining up on one side of fish instead of trying to zigzag and get them both. Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on. Oh, I had 50 seconds left, huh? Alright, Control, Alt, 1. Look at this. Look at how good this looks. I'm assuming those count as obstacles. Boom. Boom. Let me see my score. 17, 30, 50. Boom. 17, 40, 50. Alright, we're getting 100 points for slapping them away. That means I should do it for those 1-ups. What are they supposed to be? Urchins? Ah! Alt 1. Listen to how good this sounds. Malignant seaweed. Sounds are great, track is great. Also, like, now that I got in the habit of save scumming, I'm having a lot more fun. The gameplay is, great is a complimentary adjective that I feel is more appropriate for the other qualities that have been listed so far, but it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. You know what? It's easier to slap the urchins away than it is to catch the fish for 1,000 points. Wait a second. Slapping the urchins only counts for 100. Or yeah, I should go for the fish, not the urchins. But, like, it looks really good. Oh, hello. He's gasping for air underwater here. Control Alt. Made it all this way without taking a single live loss. What are my scores? 1930. Jesus. So 30,000 more points. 30 fish? Okay, it doesn't sound that bad when I put it that way. 50 fish. A 1-up is worth 50 fish. Looks cool. It also looks good. Every stage we've been in so far looks really good. Ah! No, okay, why? Alt. Okay. Yeah, right? We basically, this is Death Stranding's gameplay. You're processing an information of the lane of terrain that your character is walking forwards down, and you steer them out of obstacles and manage their speed along the way. You gain a lot from going fast, but you lose a lot too, so there's risks and rewards and sacrificial decisions to be made. The Strand-like gaming experience. We're also trying to bring the penguins together. We're connecting them across great distances and some kind of breakdown of penguin civilization seems to have occurred here. You sound like you're playing a good game, but every minute someone pokes you in the bum with the needle. Also, hello, no IO before bedtime input-output. Yeah, I am playing a good game, but it's like someone pokes me in the needle. Someone pokes me in the needle with a butthole. Someone pokes me in the needle with a butthole every 10 minutes. It's more like every 1 minute. You are right, every 60 seconds or so, maybe even less. The lightning fast arcade rhythm. Oh my god! Also, fireballs are coming out of holes in the ground. How does that work? I'm not even gonna pay attention to the fish. Oh, I get it. So, on your replays, you might be more incentivized to steer your penguin towards the fish. But on your first time through, you're gonna be more incentivized to steer them out of the way of, obstacles. Also, I just had to jump over the center of that, and whoa, the fireball came out of the left flank of that one. How are you supposed to predict what part of the hole the fireball comes out of? It seems to be happening from the center most of the time. Whoa, God, and it's fast and it's unpredictable. God, yeah, okay, how was I supposed to see that ahead of time? Never mind. Mikhail H, there was rain. Oh, the Aquatic BT. That's a lot of subs. What, George? Yeah, what happened? I see it. I see all the subs. How is the opposite of Mikhailich? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goody god. That is a lot of subs. 100 tier 1 subs to Super Bunny Upspring, which is a total of 200 to the channel. Okay, but hey, so slowly. The real question is Alt F81. Okay. He hacked Twitch. Is what does that represent in terms of freedom bucks? A lot of subs just to donate for your cause. Hope ever right. So, Mikhail H, how do I turn whatever just happened into money for the lawyers and for the foreclosures? Because I'm not entirely sure what the conversion rate is going now on Bezos bucks to freedom bucks. Football fields, yeah. How many football fields did we just get? 100 subs is nothing to sneeze at. I'm pretty sure those are worth more than $1 each. It's 50% of subs go to Twitch. $5 a sub. Fuck yeah, nice. Thank you so much, buddy. Ah! Yeah, 100 times 5 times 0.5. Okay, in which case that would be 250. 100 times 5 times 0.5. And I should check to see how those are doing after the Twitch stream, and we gotta play with this MGS codec conversation in the background. Are there ever any references to Penguin Adventure in the Metal Gear Solid series? Token Flip Guy would know. Yeah. fuck you. Get out of here. Oh, yeah, now I can just slap the... Come on. Now I can just slap the shit... No, come on, go! No! I just slapped the fire out of the way, and I got so excited about it, but this brutally difficult 80s... Ja! Oh my gosh, I hate to say it, Mikhail H, but that's kind of funny. There is like some dark irony there that we are like smuggling funds through the Iron Curtain of Jeff Bezos's Twitch subs, Bezos bucks, to help fight corrupt capitalism in America. Thank you. Thank you very much for the generous support. No! How are you supposed to prepare for that? You're supposed to get out of the way of holes nice and early ahead of time. And by nice and early ahead of time, I mean a fraction of a second, an eighth of a second ahead of time. That's how you're supposed to avoid those. Okay, it's not so bad if I concentrate. I had my mind... I was thinking about the conversion rate for Twitch subs and Jeff Bezos fun bucks to Freedom Fry buy bucks. Music is amazing. Yeah, it's really good. Why are we back in the desert? Weren't we just in the Arctic? Listen, global warming is changing the planet at an alarmingly fast rate. Some kind of hype chest thing. Rewards. You missed emote. What does that mean? Choo-choo? Flag? Miss? Is that a, like... I hope... Whoa! I hope that's a, Curse to Golf reference. I can't believe how high... If the difficulty curve is climbing this high on, like... level 2, now that we beat the first boss monster, how ridiculous are the final levels going to be? What in the world does the end of this game look like? Has anyone here played Penguin Adventure? If you played Penguin Adventure in Twitch chat, raise your hand and let me ask you what it was like. Was it this hard? Was it this hard? This is insane. I get the games in the 80s back in the 80s were hard. And it's very hard to imagine what it was like doing this without save states. Yeah, it required concentration, didn't it? It was doable via a intersection between how few games there were to play and how much free time you as a kid had to dedicate to the one game in your life that was taking up your interest for the whole solid month, and it would be like Penguin Adventure. You would just play Penguin Adventure. Also, shorter play sessions. You weren't supposed to do this for multiple hours per night. It was like a 30-45 minute thing, which is one of the reasons why Metal Gear Solid and Snatcher and Policenauts were so revolutionary. This is an arcade game you can play at home, not a way of telling a story that's competing with movies and television. Oh, look at that! That obstacle bounced me out of the way of an even worse obstacle. So yeah, I can't... It seems like a fine game, but even then, some thoughts of the game design seem a little off. Or do they? Or is it just more technical and demanding than I expect of Western game design from this era? Jeez, I'm cornered. Whoa! Alright, so one habit I've gotten into so far that I think is, kicking me in the ass. And by kicking me in the ass, I mean biting me in the ass and kicking my ass. is I was in the habit of staying towards the center of the track. That seemed like a safer place to be in earlier levels. But now with this fire popping out of holes, I don't know. I don't know anymore. Staying towards the flanks might be a safer space. Oh yeah, cheat codes. You were supposed to use cheat codes on these things too. DLC. Instead of downloadable content, it was purchasable at the magazine rack content. Whoop. I wonder if this is one of those games that needs CRT latency. I don't know, it's so fast and so unforgiving that being able to benefit from the latency like MGS1 kinda did. Harder to imagine here. Whoever just tossed me that fish out of the hole is really throwing me a bone here. Oh, 61 fish. 61,000, right? 21,000. Are the fish worth 100 or 1,000? Because, yeah, I've caught 61 of them so far, which sounds about right. 21,380. 21,390. They're worth 10? Ah! Ah! Remember last time you were working your job for money and you were talking to your boss like, "Oh yeah, what's my rate again? How much do I get per hour?" What was it? $1,000 per hour? And your boss is like, "No, George, it's 10." Ah! I can't get it. I can't get past this one. God bless you. Fish have purchasing power, score is time scaled. Yeah, no, they do. They unironically do Pentapenguin. You are right. Because the penguin is going to be bartering for things with the fish later on. I haven't even gotten to the barter minigame yet. My God, how much how many death-defying odds does this penguin have to overcome in like 6 minutes to get to the merchant? Because that's another thing, like time dilation. When you get good at these games, you can beat the whole thing in like 30 hours. I looked up, yeah, if you look up a Penguin Adventure long play on YouTube, it's 45 minutes. And what we have done tonight is definitely not a 45-minute gaming session. So back in the 80s, when this was the only game you played for a whole month, and and you knew the cheat codes, and so you were able to get good at it, you could eventually do the whole thing like this in 45 minutes, and it would look really cool. And all your friends would be super impressed, and all the girls would want to go out with you. And that's what it was like. Everyone was wearing pastel, and everyone wore sunglasses inside, and the music was awesome. Everyone was just snorting their noses off of cocaine all the time and getting real good at Penguin Adventure. That's what it was like. I do love the color scheme, though. Of all the 80s games I've played recently, I think that Kirby game I was playing on the other stream. I think that was a 90s game, technically. But of all the 80s games I've played recently, this is the game that I think has the 80s-est color scheme. Like, I feel like these very same shades of colors were used in the Vice City, promotional materials. Wonder how this looks if you're colorblind. It looks great. I'm red-green colorblind, and I'm having the time of my life. I am in my element with these pastels here. Is it red? Is it green? I don't know. Looks kind of brown. Looks reddish. Looks earth-colored. It is the element of the earth. I can... Whatever mood they want, it's coming through fine. No worries about that here with this palette. Is it green? Is it red? Find out on another exciting episode of the Super Bunny Hop colorblind fight stream. That time I got double attacked by a bump in the ground and a fireball that came flying out of the hole at me. Does the manual say something about these fucking fireballs? can't believe we haven't even seen the trailer yet. There are 24 stages to the game. That feels weirdly light. To take a shit and read the manual like in the old... I hope that's an AVGN quote. Sounds like something he would say with a real gratifying drawl. Oh, shit in my ass! Why is Penguin Adventure so fucking hard? Well, you know what that means. Time to take a shit and read the manual like in the old days. Ah! Also, why are more people watching Penguin Adventure than Machina? Last time I did a free stream Friday. Last Friday I streamed a wonderful cute indie game by a guy who needs money named Machina. And by two guys who need money. And no one watched it. And now I'm playing Penguin Adventure by a guy who does not need money. And who made the game 40 years ago. And whether or not he made the game seems like an open question, because really he just worked on the planning for a month. But then again, they were making games in 3 months back then, so... This is incredibly rough. This is the hardest adventure Penguin has gone on so far. I have not made it past this stage, and I've been at this for like at least 25 minutes. Those fish are making such a miraculous, glorious dance across the screen, synchronized to crisscross in a beautiful X shape that arcs downwards. And it like kind of even syncs up with the music in a really pretty way. But my god, do I make this penguin look like a stupid asshole trying to get those things. Just wait, you'll be drowning in viewers. Okay, but it's gonna be a while before I stream Metal Gear Acid again, because me and Metal Gear Acid, we needed a break, okay? Things were getting rough, and I just needed to play something else for a little while. How do you like Acid? Wasn't here for those streams. I don't know if I ended up liking Acid. I want to like Acid. I gave it a shot. The game logic to how it calculates turn orders is something that took me forever to figure out, and once I finally did, it didn't even really feel good, so much as it just kind of felt like I had finally mastered a completely arbitrary and thoughtless way to depict a tactical turn-based combat situation. When the interface is also really rough. I accidentally pressed the crawl button a lot when I wanted to stand, which was funny the first 10 times and not... Ah! So the storyline of Acid is also really lame. Like, it's clear that whoever was working on it was not a lifelong reader, writer, borderline abandoned child who had to come up with imaginary friends for their entire life. So there... I would not say that there is much of a narrative design to this experience, but it feels like there's something more coherent to the adventure the penguin is going on. Oh my god! The diversity of the environments feels a notch above other games of the 80s. The characterization of the penguin, this is like the thought bubbles. That turned out to be more interesting than I thought it would be. When he's thinking of beer or thinking of the Konami logo, that's funny. It's a funny little humorous joke that makes the character feel a little more human and the situation seem a little more relatable. It's a little thing, but it adds a whole lot. Your penguin. Ah! Your penguin being a guy with thoughts who relies on humor to make it through the tough journey, the tough adventure that Penguin has ahead of him. That seems mildly significant. But yeah, the music and the visuals are conveying a linear story of a charming, upbeat adventure with a fun, charismatic character who actually has some interesting thoughts every now and then. And that's and it's also fun. Is that how you can tell it's a Kojima game? There's unexpected narrative depth that's kind of hard to spot at first, but makes a little sense later when you think about it more than when you play it. And it's also fun. And the character is unexpectedly... Oh my god! The characters have some kind of unexpected depth to them. But there has to be a sense of expectations getting defied. I got it! I got it! Ah, we finally... Oh my god. Oh, I loaded! Okay, no, that was just one level. What? I accidentally loaded the state. I meant to save the state. What's my score? 19,000. Good lord. The penguin is a metaphor for Gustava Hefner escaping from Soviet Union. So, this is, Gustava Hefner's traumatic cope memory of her remembering the escape in a like cutesier, easy to remember version than the horror of the real thing, right? And that's how this game takes place in the Metal Gear-verse. You know, Snatcher and Police Notes technically take place in the Metal Gear-verse, right? Because Metal Gear Mark II is in Snatcher, and Police Notes is in Metal Gear Solid 2. So, does that mean... so I am assuming, I've been assuming this whole entire time, as a matter of fact, that Penguin Adventure takes place in the Metal Gear Solidiverse. And that all the Kojima games do, in fact. Yeah, the Metal Gear Solidiverse is gonna get fucked in a few years when the Death Stranding happens. Ah! I have to concentrate on this too much to be an entertaining Twitch streamer at the same time. What are you on? I'm on filehunter.com. Wait, no. I'm on the MSX original hardware. Do you have extra? Maybe if you donate to one of the two GoFundMes, n/or the PayPal donation button at the bottom of the screen, n/or the Super Bunny Hop Super Patreon. No! Oh my gosh, that's so bad. So I guess there would have been a cheat code to... Oh, sure, just give me $50.
Put Penguin Adventure Penguin in Smash.
Do it, cowards. Thank you for the $50. We're gonna put Penguin Adventure in Smash with your crowdfunding money. With the $50, we'll be able to go to Japan and fly across the sea and buy a hotel room to go to Nintendo headquarters and petition them in person.
Put Penguin Adventure Penguin in Smash.
Do it, yes. We will. Oh! Wait, it didn't say game over the last few times I died. Alt 1. Alt 1. State 1 loaded. Can we play with filters to make the butt of the penguin look better? Yes, we actually can. Open settings. Alt E, CRT filters. Alt. Level 1. Level 2. Level 3. Browser default. I think level 3 is the browser default. Wow. Alright, let's get it real blurry. I think there's also a scan lines option in there somewhere. Alt R. Oh, look, now he's soaking in the dub. Alright, we got extra blur and 50% scan lines. This will make us better at the game. Let's go. Can we set lives to 99? We have boats. Oh, that looks like ass. That looks like absolute ass. Oh, well, the balls look a little smoother. But it's the scan lines that I think are assing me up. Scan lines, let's bump those to 20. Better. That looks fine. That looks pretty neat, actually. Okay, let's set blurriness notch lower. Quick option. Oh, what happened? This is bad. This is really bad, actually. Looks fine. CRT mode level 2 does not play well with the scan lines, it looks like. Oops, sorry, Eddie. Aha. Yeah, I'm concentrating this. The scan lines were giving the game a sense of texture. This is unreasonable. I need a snack. I need a pretzel. If I think Token Flip Guy has the closest proximity to Kojima. What was harder, the MGS3 Iron Man runs or this? I unironically shit you not. MGS3, even on that Iron Man run stuff, is of a different element in this stuff. MGS3 Iron Man, that was not an 80s game. pure reaction timing. No. It's reaction timing intersecting with just raw trial and error memorization. There's a bit of strategy to your placement, but those fireballs are really screwing up what I thought was some kind of strategic sense of placement. Hey. Hey! Hey! Stop bumping into things. Like, it almost feels like there's just an objectively superior speed to be keeping the penguin at. And you're not gonna find out what it really is until, raw time has been invested into learning the levels. Oh, and at the end of the level, there's just gonna be a boss monster. Hasten slowly. So yeah, it's not pure reaction timing, but even then the reaction timing is pretty unforgiving. Also some advanced finger dexterity with increasing and decreasing speed is coming into play. Dancing your fingers to the up and down buttons as you're tapping the left and right buttons is a skill that is having to be learned here, which is like really Kojima as hell when I think about it. When I think about how my fingers are feeling with what the character's doing on screen. And is honestly like, God! One of the higher marks of compliments you can give a game designer is like, if it has good game feel, that's the real differentiator between the men and the boys, right? And Kojima games have always... That's never been a problem with the Kojima games. And I can't believe how, MSX games... I say that's never been a problem. Metal Gear 1 and 2, I'd say less a problem with 2, but Metal Gear 1 does feel janky in a way that the others do not. But yeah, these MSX games in general tended to run a little slower and less responsive than other game machines of their era. So I was not expecting it to feel as good as it does feel in my fingers. Oh. Oh! I need another life, please. Gun! It's only $10! I need the manual. I need a manual to decipher this. Bell. When the bell tolls? What? Armband. If you don't have this, something won't appear. Ring. Use this to escape the sea anemones. Necklace. Try it. What? Wait, are those cigarettes? What's that in the lower left? Torch. When everything goes black. Map. Without this, you're in big trouble. Wow, it also sounds like this shop just has things you need. Oh, that's not a Yeti man. It's like a Arctic Explorer guy. MGS crossover. Really? I think... Okay, endlessly flowering. How is this one an MGS crossover? If anything, this looks more like a Death Stranding crossover. He's like, a mountain hiker, explorer, snowman guy in a harsh terrain about moving forward. I think that's a slot machine. Oh, slots! I thought it was cigarettes. Strike cigarettes. Use the M key or button B on joystick to fire. Okay. Takes for 3 strikes from lightning. Golden helmet, silver's helmet. Hero's garb protects you from Goonie birds and North Pole bats. Speed shoes increases. I don't know if I want that. Color beanie increases your time in the air. That sounds like the most useful thing on the list here. Propeller beanie. What I want? Okay, we got a gun. The gun and the propeller beanie is gonna be a hell of a look to show up to the Paris Spring Fashion Gala with. Obviously Solid Snake in his mushing outfit. Sinks are the key to everything. Feather, let me see what that does. Enables you to move right and left during trips. Oh! Okay, now we might as well be playing a different game. Should I save this? Control Alt 2. We're gonna save that as state 2. Okay. Thank you very much. See you again. How polite. Well, how was I supposed to know he was down there? What an adventure. Oh my god, the game feel is much better. Whoa! Already. So, since I can move left and right while jumping, I think I might have an opportunity to dodge things that I couldn't before. Oh, that is so nice. Yeah! Oh my god. Does that take it away? Oh no, it looks like I still have those. Also, I have the gun. That's what the gun does. Pew! M. M is your shoot button. How do we make sense of that? M is for shoot. M is for bang, bang, get out of my way. Game feel is up 2 points. Billy Kojima. My jump has been improved, and I have air control. I wonder if they made this game for Americans, if they would have just enabled those by default. Ah! Oh, we're gonna make it this time. Oh, we got a boss fight, though. Oh, I can't wait to just shoot the boss in the face like the manual advises you to. Alright, come on. Come at me. Oh, yeah, I know. Very, very scary. Oh, I guess it doesn't go down in one shot. Yeah, I just spammed the bullets. I don't think there's any reason not to do that. Also, why does the penguin look guilty for a second before he does the dance with the fans? Woo! What does shooting a gun mean? Oh, gosh. Oh god, that was insane. That was absolutely insane. We lost a life, though. Should I be playing the game like normal with no way to save this progress I made? Because it took a lot to get that progress. And I think if I jump down more holes in the future on the same stage, I'm... How do I know if I'm gonna get the trader again? Hey, what's this? What? What? Should I avoid them or hit them? Those look like avoidees. I'm blue and they're red. Wow. Should I actually get them? Oh. Well, there were no fish coming at me. There was nothing else to do up there for the time I gave it. How am I close to 50? I still got $20,000 more to raise before I can get another life from a penguin hero. To slow him down, the controls are getting more complicated. Now that there's a shoot button and it's mapped to M for some reason, I have to keep a finger on M and the spacebar and the arrows all at the same time. We got 60 more meters to go and 170 seconds to get there. That's fine. Let's speed up and collect fish. It should be safe to go ahead. It's not a boss. Oh, sorry, Eddie. Yeah. I think we're a quarter of the way through our penguin adventure now. Oh, this is pretty. They all look really good. Like the first few seconds you get a good look at these backgrounds. They're genuinely impressive. I feel like I'm seeing a sort of very classically 80s visual design too with these. That's supposed to horizontal stripes that are at the edge of the. Okay, that's bad. I mean, it was playing an attractive tingly noise. Boys, be ambitious. Okay. I wonder what those are supposed to be. They're like shadows in the water. I don't think any one of us are gonna see the conclusion to this Arctic Odyssey. Penguin Adventure is going to take more time to complete it than I have to, Underwater Aliens. Right, I was kind of confused too. Is there like a bestiary or something in here? Oh no, we only get the Pythosaurus. But it's not bad. In fact, it's pretty good. I think it's aged surprisingly well, actually. There's a lot of systems to discover. The difficulty curve is kind of sort of a learning progression curve. It's a satisfying one to climb. Let's just see what like a new run looks like right off the bat, because it will look nothing like what we saw the first time, and I'm even getting a little curious about what that level 2 difficulty might mean. But yeah, in real life, back in the 80s, you were pretty much supposed to cheat code this thing. Playing games like this all the way through on one go was almost like an optional challenge for super hardcore dedicated players who had no life. Normal players who had things to do and places to go and things to do would buy the strategy game and cheat their way through. It was a revelation when games with normal difficulty modes started seeing normally difficult and had tutorials in the game that you would follow to make climbing this learning curve a lot smoother. But I guess one interesting thing is that I'm collecting so many more fish that I should be due to get a 1-up faster than in all the previous runs. I don't know if there's a way to catch both of them when 2 are flying up. Also, how do you memorize the location of the merchant? Because that was a huge game changer. Every level seems to have multiple shopkeepers. Really? I've only seen one. And there were a few levels where I was just absolutely eating ass, so if you need to fall in a hole and die, there was certainly no shortage of that going on. Maybe it's speed. I gotta adjust my speed. I am taking things a little slower this time. Maybe to my detriment. I'm also already having to power through a reaction of getting out of the way of those holes because I expect a fireball to bounce out. Score is 34, current is 27. Yeah, I am getting more points faster, but not at a truly night or day difference rate. Oh, that feels good. Adjusting your speed for a perfect catch feels pretty good, actually, and might have been how I was supposed to play this. Wait, no, the distance timer. It's too unforgiving. I need to go faster and ignore the fish. That was one important lesson I learned in the beginning. Is it still possible, even? Is there enough time to get good at that? To catch the fish and get to the finish line without worrying about it too much? I think I'm seeing it. I think there actually is. Wow, there really is depth here. It might be possible to do everything and save everyone. Alright, we're gonna have a boss at the end of this one. He's beginning to believe. I think I'm having an easier time learning how to appreciate the appeal, like what the game developers and the fans both think is cool, of Penguin Adventure, than I did with Metal Gear Rising. I mean, Metal Gear Acid, I'm sorry. Metal Gear Rising kicks ass. Metal Gear Acid eats ass. Do you see the camera like slow down a bit when I catch it? It feels really good to be in control of that. And you also speed up and slow down at a very minuscule, detail-oriented amount when managing some of those more careful jumps around the pits. 37. It's gonna be a while before we hit 50k. I need to stop looking at that thing. Ah! Okay, if I don't pay attention for like a second, all of a sudden I eat ass. Come on. Yeah, lock in. You really gotta be locked in for this. Wowzers. No! It bounced me into that thing. Hasten slowly. Now I have no... I can't make a mistake. It's still really, really hard, even after all the later bits that I've played. It's still really hard. Oh, so like another thing about these Japanese games that prevented them from getting exported to the Western market so much. Like, wasn't there some kind of market dissonance going on with Western purchaser about things being deceptively difficult, right? Like Penguin Adventure totally feels like a classically deceptively difficult Japanese 80s video game, where the theme is cute and the art is cute and the music is cute, but my god, this is absolutely fucking brutal difficulty. And so, for Western markets, it wasn't quite as big a deal if it was like Contra or something. Like a game about big tough men shooting bad guys. But Penguin Adventure, on the other hand, would just not move units and might even make the kids extra mad. We're 1/10 of the way on the way to our 1-up. We're not getting it. We might get the boss, though. Can't shoot the boss. Okay. Don't... No! The lesson that I had learned from previous playthroughs was don't go to the edge. So, oh my god, I've barely tickled the right button on my keyboard and went a few pixels towards the edge. I guess it was too much. You gotta stay to the center and wait for the fireball to go. You get such minuscule reaction timing. How are people supposed to do that? I feel like I've been explaining tonight how people were supposed to do that while also screaming at the top of my pitch about how people were supposed to do that. In any case, yeah, you weren't? Question mark. I abused the save states, and it did not make me any better at the video game. Surprise there. Oh wow, this must be some later level. They're reusing the graphics though. That's tragic. Yeah, I don't think I need to see what's at the end of Penguin Adventure. It's so sad though that like it immediately is more fun and intuitive and compelling to like pick up and play in terms of raw pure game design. Oh, this guy doesn't have to worry about time? That's like cheating. Yeah, 90s games don't feel ancient. Dying a lot of times and randomly falling in duels with merchants, then you learn the pattern and play the game differently. Oh, that looks so much better with the CRT filter on. You can really see the texture of the tree trunks coming through this way. Let's see that again with the CRT filter off, Captain. Oh, yeah, gross. Ugly. Look at how jagged everything is. Can't, but I believe you. Penguin Adventure was fun, though. I'll give it that. It was a fun game to look at. Fun game to play. Is the penguin crying? I will leave us with a tough question, and that is that if Penguin Adventure were made today for Steam as an indie game, and it were this, but with modern graphics, I guess it would work as a mobile game, kind of. I guess there are indie games that are doing this concept nowadays, still. I could see this as a modern indie game, yeah. I actually could. I could see them lightening up on the difficulty curve and focusing more on the merchant buying power-up stuff. But otherwise, similar game concept. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. A mobile game. I don't even know about that. I remember seeing a in a market where where real small stuff like Jutaro and Machina are at least able to exist. There was a neat, silly indie game I saw that was a racing game where you did Tony Hawk tricks with your car, grinding it down rails. But the whole game being this like procedurally generated lane of data coming at you that you react quickly to. I've seen indie games. I can't think of the names off the top of my head, but I can think of the GIFs that the developers show on Twitter. I've seen some successful indie games nowadays that do it's a racing game concept basically. This is like a pole position spin kind of, right? It's the main character. We just George Adventure. That's just basically my life anyway. We're all going on a George adventure. You guys are just the NPCs. Is this really how I'm going to end the stream? Yes. Yes, it is.